afternoon, Friday already. And do you know what this is? The last tile for the end of June. Let's make a start, shall we? I've got a tile. It's out of my sorbets. I know we've not had sorbet in for a while, but I'm sure that some of you got them in your stash. If not, you could always ink up a tile using yellow ink from one of the whites or the creams. That's all I've done here. I've got my yellow tile and I've actually put a little bit of yellow ink around it. I think it was the sunshine out of the colour clouds. And I thought what I'd do today is, you know, we've not done not a grid, but something a little more structured, because I know some of you out there prefer that to all the flowers and things. So here we go. I'm going to come in and go for it with a little bit of a border around. Now I'm using pen for this, but you don't have to. You can use pencil if you like. And have you seen we're up to 9k people on this group? 9k! And that's all down to not just me, you know, that's down to you as well, for how friendly and welcoming you are for everybody. It's just wonderful. You're always, you know, happy to help and happy to say hello. And long may it continue. I think we do a great job. Okay, so I've switched to pencil. I've got my little ruler here and I'm coming in. I'll put myself ever so lightly, because of course you don't want to see this when it's done, across along there, just so you can sort of see where it's going. You know, I don't even think I've actually got a rubber here. You know, when you've got lots of little ones and you can never find the one you want. I know, it's one of those things today. I've got everything else, but never. I tell you what I have got. I've got one. This is going to sound funny, in my handbag. Now, why would I be carrying a rubber in my handbag? You always need, you always need one when you're drawing. Okay, so we've got our little sort of shape here. And what I want to do is put myself, let's have a look, two squares to sort of start with. One kind of small, so I'm going to use these lines to help me. And one a little bit bigger. There you go. So I might as well work my way around. Again, using the lines to help there. And then this one. Yeah. Oh, is all your orders ready? I know Sarah, Alice and Tommy have been really busy this week, because of course they've had the Sewing Street ones and they had the, let's see, that's a little bit, the Hobby Maker ones from this week as well. So it's been a bit crazy at HQ. So I'm not here today. Good job, I got that rubber. Look. I'm not here at the, you know, at home today trying to get out of doing any work. Quite the contrary. I'm here because I can get some design work done. Oh, hi Vicky. And I think Wendy's in there as well. Hello everybody. Okay, so we've got a border that I did in pen, and I've got these two squares that I did in pencil. Let's go in a little bit and work on this one in the middle first. So I'm back to pen, but of course you don't have to. If you're happy with pencil, that's fine. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put myself a shape in there, and then when I get to the corners, I'm going to round it off like that. Okay, next one. Hello Rose and Maureen and Pat's on. See, Pat and I have already chatted once today. There you go. Round. If it doesn't quite sort of join the lines, don't worry about it. Okay, so far so good. Now, can we get a mini one in there? So, sort of similar shape, but a mini one. Like that. I'm sure you've got that. I'm sure you can do that. Okay. So I'm going to turn it to an angle now, because I want to work on this vertical line. And the first thing is I'm going to come up the line, and form a curve. Like that. So if I turn it again, same thing. Now, of course, I'm left-handed, so this is a natural thing for me to go this way. But trust me, I am going to go the other way as well. So it's not just sort of a one way and can you get away with it. So see, I'm going to go the other way as well. Like that. Around we go. And again. And again. There you are. See, so we've got, so far so good, that kind of a shape. All right. So, deep breath. Next job. I'm going to start slightly higher than my curves here, and I'm going to aim to go to this point. So I'm going to go around, ignoring the sort of square that I drew now, to that point. Okay. And again, look. So around, down to that point. So, you know, leaving a little space at the top there and going down to that point. And again, along, and down. So we've got that. So I'm going to do stands to reason, same on the other side. Around and down. So you might want to try it that way. Does that feel better? Or you might want to go that way. Doesn't matter. It's that same curve. Each way, every time we do it. So we've got those little shapes. See how it's sort of forming this nice little design now? Yeah? Okay, let's put ourselves a mark. Looking at the middle now, ish. Put a little mark in the middle of each of those sections. Just to sort of help me when I come to my next bit. So what I want to do now is I'm going to create again from this point. I'm going to come up a curve. So let's do all of those. Put a curve. And a curve. And a curve. See? So then I could do the same coming this way. Like that. And along. And along. And along. Okay. So inside each of these, I'm going to start from that point. I'm going to do myself a loop. And then one either side. See, loop there. Loop there. So again, following it round. Loops. I always do in the middle one first. It just balances up a little bit. Oh, Heather, yeah, it could do, couldn't it? It does look a little bit like that. You must have a fancy gate. If it's anything like yours. Our gates are quite plain. Yeah, no, John picked them. Oh, dear. Okay. So let's have a look at the next one. I'm just going to come in with pencil for a moment and look at this space here. I'm going to mark about the middle. Not the middle of the whole line, the middle, look where the border is. To there, about the middle. Oh, I know, Pat, you know, I've been doing this for quite a while, so I've got quite a confident stroke. I think that's the trick. If you do it quite sketchy, let me show you on a bit of paper. I've never got a bit of paper. I've got fabric lying around. So is the case. All right, here we go. I've got another. Oh, hang on. I've got a bit of paper here. So, for example, if I draw a line, but I've sort of like I might take my time and try and sort of scratch it out. Look a bit closer. Oh, sorry, it doesn't look too. You see, it's got that little bit of a ripple in it. Or, you know, it's sort of, if I exaggerated a bit, you end up with that kind of a thing. And that's because you're stopping and starting all the time. But if you go for it, you see, you get a much nicer line. And I think sometimes that's what it is. We're a little bit hesitant, so we end up with this kind of thing. Whereas this kind of thing means go for it. So it might be that this is the one that you try it on. Who knows? So we know we've done loops lots of times. So why not try one single flow with a loop? And then maybe don't press on so much. Just allow the pen to do the work. I know that sounds crazy because you've actually got to move it, but it doesn't mean you've got to press on. Yeah, the ink's right up to the very end of the nib, so it's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's put another one either side. See, it's a little bit smaller. And a little bit smaller on each one. So we're sort of building on that muscle memory. We're not doing anything crazy difficult. We're not trying to overlap things. It's about bringing little shapes in. Okay? That won't look too bad, does it? All right. So what I want to do now, I'm going to draw around this shape. I'm not going to go to the point this time. Let's have a look. See, it's going to start there. So again, take my time. You see as well, the slower I go, sometimes it starts to wave a little bit. There you are. See? Let's try that again. Let's try it this way. See, this way, being left-handed, I can't really see, so I've got to stop and start because I couldn't see where that line was going. Okay. And this one. See, I'm going to go in this way so I can see what I'm drawing. See? I mean, so that was quite close. And this one. All right. See, so I've not done any sharp edges there. I've gone around the points. I've got that little shape going on. Okay. So let's have a little look now. I've got sort of a line going along here. Let's put that in with pencil. So let's have a look. I'm going to do it by eye-ish. You see? Let's go down a little bit. Okay, so giving me a bit of an idea. I mean, we could have put this in first, but I'm sure that when you've drawn it, you've got some sort of idea. There you go. All right, next bit then. So what I want to do now is let's put in a line here. Actually, let's go in with straight down. It's just going to help us out a little bit. We're not going to see these when it's done. Okay. So this time I want to put in a loop. There. Quite narrow. I don't want to go too wide there. Okay. Then that one. And this one. And then this one. Okay. All right. So a small loop there and there. Small loop, see, each time. One either side. Now I'm not using any particular guide to sort of measure them. It's just that they've gone in there. Okay. Now again, I'm going to do a loop this time though. A little bit bigger, see, in the middle there. Not as big as the first one, but it's in there. And again. Around there. And that way. And one more. It's one of those that kind of flows, isn't it? And if you do something different to me, as long as you do it the same on each one, then that's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter so much. Okay? So let's have a look now. We've got some more sort of pointers we can look at. See, I've got the top of this, and I've got this sort of point here. So what I'm going to do is put a curve in there. You see, one continuous flow. Same again. Same again. Same again. Like so. Okay. Oh, Sue, that comment about your order's been delayed. Have you ordered something from somewhere else as well as us? Just a point that it's been picked up on today. If you've ordered something from Hobbymaker from their warehouse and you've ordered from me, the order goes to their warehouse first, and until they've fulfilled the order for whatever you brought there, then I don't get your order. So if it says it's been delayed, it's not with me, it's with Hobbymaker in terms of what you've ordered as well. Does that make sense? I mean, as soon as it comes to us, we get it out, of course. But yeah, we've had that this morning, so just so you know, it's not us, it's not a delay. Everything that's come to us so far has actually left or is in the process of leaving, assuming Yodel's been today. But yeah, nothing's been delayed for us. Everything's out, everything. that we've had in terms of dispatch notes. Okay, all right, so you see that's changed the shape a little bit, hasn't it? So I want to sort of add to that a bit. And you see where we've got this kind of design here. It's got a curve, and here we've got a curve. And what I want to do is I want to bring up that shape. So from there, look, curve. You see? So it's almost sort of going around those there. So let's focus on that again. So it's sort of coming from the bottom of that loop around, see? Imagine it. Yeah, imagine it. And again. Yeah, imagine it. So it's coming from that loop and it's coming up and round. It's not really going to the point, it doesn't have to. It might not necessarily do that anyway. See, we've got that going around. Okay. Oh, Jackie, oh, that should be nice. I've not actually been on a show with when Janie's on, so I've not actually met her. Right. I wonder if you've seen the schedule, actually. You've been on and looked at the times for Hobby Maker on Monday. Hi, Leslie. We're all fine. I had a bit of an issue with Benji and a kind of raid. Vicky, honestly, I think it's 3 o'clock my first one, I think. I'm never very good at remembering the times. There you go. All right, see how that's sort of changed it up a bit. Now if I come in and fill that in with a bit of ink, and of course, you could use your 5 for this, but because they're only quite small. I know, Leslie, I can understand him. Frightens him to death. So he goes and sits outside and waits for me to sort it. There you go. All right, so fill in those little sort of spaces in as we go. There you are. Okay, so far so good. So let's have a look then. We've got these sort of odd little shapes here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sue. 3, 5 and 8. Yes. Say no more. So I'm going to go from there to there. Like that. Okay. All right. So then what I want to do here is I'm going to do another line this way. Then fill one and fill one. You see? So obviously then this side, bringing the curve this way, I'm going to do it here, like one there, and one there. All right? Okay, next one. From there to there, and then in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Remember, so from here to here. So I'm sort of splitting that particular shape in half. Along we go. Yeah. Oh, Rose, honestly, there are no new products on Hobby Maker this coming week, but what there are is some fantastic bundles at some really silly prices. And if there are, we've got a few like stamps left. So in the last show, if there's a stamp set that you were after in particular and we've still got them, they're going to be on that show. So a few nice things. I was hoping my pencils were going to be here, but they got delayed. They should have been arriving in customs on Monday and they're delayed until today. So once they're in customs, it's then, if I assume they're in customs, it's up to 5 days before I get them. So, yeah. So no, I know it says Christmas on there. I'm not doing Christmas. You can see them as Christmas presents, but I did my Christmas show this week. Was it this week? Is that time flies? Yeah, this week. So, yeah. What was all those? Look at this. Oh, it's growing. It's looking great, isn't it? Okay. So let's just put a point, looking at this bit here, between here and here, halfway. So if I do that on all of them, there you go. Okay. I think with Christmas they've decided they were extending it, and I only found out they were extending it on Monday, so I've not planned to do Christmas. Okay. Well, Maureen, maybe this show is going to be for you then. Right, see, so I'm going from this point to this point. Like so. Okay. So let's turn it round, same again, like this point to this point. And I know it looks a little bit daft using your finger, but honestly it isn't. Sometimes it's nice to do that. Is that all, Chris? 180 days. That's not long then. But when you think about it, this weekend, it is sort of the last weekend of June, isn't it? So, halfway. Okay. Anyway, no talk of Christmas now. There you are, see? So we've gone from each point. There you go. So let's have a look. Next little bit. I'm going to put on the top here a little loop. One. And I might as well do the other two. Like so. Maureen, they are. I have got some cracking bundles. So hopefully you'll find something you like the look of. There you go. I have got some bronze eel sketchbooks as well, but there's not many of them. So I actually have taken mine out, so mine's ready for the next one. I do like my sketch pads. Okay, see where we're at? Okay, let's look at this space here then. So I'm going to come in with a curve, turn it into a curl. All right. So if I turn it round, I do the same with this one. So I'm going up here, like I'm trying to use the space so it touches the top and then the side. See, it comes from the point look, touches the top and then the side and curls. And then touches, top, curl. All right, let's just go out a bit so you can see how that looks. All right, so if you can, let's go for the same or similar on the other side, like that. Oh, see, that didn't quite touch. I'm not worried. It's okay. It's just a drawing. It's just a curl. Yeah. And then I'm doing a similar thing this side. See how it's a little bit bigger? Trying to fill that space. So from there, like up. Again, trying to touch the sides if you can. Up. I'm trying to touch the sides. And up. And touching the sides. Okay. So this is where this one is always a little trickier. Don't ever think they're going to be the same, because they're not. And I think once you get over that and you think, well, it's not going to be the same, so why am I so concerned? It's fine. We're just enjoying drawing some curls. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to come in now and I'm going to put my little spaces inside there like that. I think actually it looks kind of nice too, because I've gone quite dark on a couple of the edges and it's gone lighter in the middle. It always has a good effect, doesn't it? It gives it that little bit of dimension before you even start adding anything in. All right. So coming round and putting these shapes. Notice I'm only going around the outer edge. Not done anything on the inside there. Alright. Trying to sort of keep them similar distance apart, you know, with the space we've got there. And I've got one there, look. I'm going to bring, I've got one, my 05 pen in. Oh, sorry, can't caught the camera there. And add in some black ink there. always better to use your 5 if you've got it handy. That's what it's for. I know we don't use it a lot. Okay. It's amazing what a little bit of ink does for it, isn't it? Okay. And wandering round. And into this one. And there we go. Almost done those bits. Of course, if you find that you've got an edge that needs neatening up, you can always bring your 03 back in and sort that out. There you go. Well, we're at so far. It's looking great. Yeah, I can see you're all looking at potentially different colours and things you could use as well. That'd look good. Yeah. All right. So one more thing. You see where we've got this shape here? We want to put something in there that's we need a little bit more depth in there. So what I'm going to do is follow the vertical line. I'm going to put that one in. And then just to help me out, I'm going to put a line here. See how it's sort of, because I'm going to go round it. You see how it's sort of there and working around. Okay. And then if I put one in the middle of that, you see how it sort of helps to take you round the curve and follow the shape. All right, I'll do this one, then I'll zoom in and I'll do it again because we've got 3 more corners. And the idea is we're going to follow the shape round, see? So I see, look, I put that in the middle and it helps me to see where those lines need to go. And kind of follow it round. See, moving your piece as you go. Let's go in a bit then. Okay, so let's do that again. So if I put one in there and then turn it, see, one there, one there. See, you've got a little bit of an angle to work to now. So if you want to, again, look, you can put extra ones in and then see here, I can sort of fit them in to sort. And then along here and down here. See how that works its way in? The same on this side. And along we go. And down that side. Okay, so we've got 2 done. Turn it round, next one. And again, split it up if you need to, so you've got your sort of shape going on there. And then follow it round. And, second sort of put in there. And follow that round. Move it as you're going. See, that was maybe slightly out, but I'm not concerned with that. All right, see, finishing it off there. And one more. Again, let's see if I can do a slightly better angle there that time. There you go. And then round. Okay. I have a very warm foot now. Benji's back in the building and he's lying on one of my feet. As long as he feels safe there, that's fine. You see? All the way around. Okay, that's that bit done. Let's have a little look at this. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to come in with my 5. Oh, let's just put the lid on my 3 so I'm not getting them all mixed up. And first thing I want to do, I want to add a little bit of ink into these here. So a little bit of drama in the middle there. And you see where you've got these little loops that we started with? And I'm going to fill in the little bits of space that's inside there. Careful, because you don't want to go into that little shape there. We're just focusing on inside those loops, and I'm using my 5. Just easier to fill in those gaps. Okay. So this is where it sort of changes a little bit. You can leave it like this and you can choose to add some shading around here, add some colour in and perhaps shade each loop separately, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do it on mine and then you can decide if you want to shade everything like I've just mentioned or if you want to go along with me, okay? So I've got my 05 pen and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find those lines that I put in from earlier and I'm going to go across the whole thing. See? The whole thing. Doesn't matter what's underneath it. Okay? And that one. So, you know, you've got to look for this because there's quite a lot of stuff going on now. You see, you can see where that's coming in there. And let's have a look. See, we're in that one there. And across that top one there. And the next one. Along there. Joining that one. Okay, so you see I've got my pencil line, so I've got very definite sort of shapes there now. So I'm going to come in at this point with my white pencil, which is not the norm. We usually come in with regular pencil first. So oh, I have missed a line there. Janet, where were you? Okay, you were just giving me the opportunity to sort it out for myself. I'm just going to rub out, you know, any pencil lines that are within loops and things like that. Make sure your pencils, or your pen rather, is dry first, you know. And get rid of anything that if you need to. There you go. All right. So, next thing, my white pencil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use it a little bit in the middle here. Now, you could come in there and add a little bit of colour. Maybe I will in a bit. I'm just going to add a bit of chalk there for now. See? And then I'm going to go on the edge. So it's on the inside of that first line there, see? Same again. And again. And again. Okay? And then the next line, I'm going to go on inner edge, like that. The inner edge. Now, even if you're doing this with a regular coloured tile, then still do it because it's still going to give you that little bit of a highlight. And then, of course, on that last one, on the edge there. Okay, remember in a white chalk, it doesn't like to go over too much black ink. So if you've got quite a film, make sure it's dry. Okay. All right. So now in with my pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the other edge here and add some. So I might as well do all sides at the same time. Now I'm not being shy here. You see, it's on the opposite side to where the white is. And this one. Okay, and the next one. Okay, and then this one. And then one more. So only on that one side. Okay, let's have a look at that. Looks like that. Okay. Tortillon. I'm going to start inside and quite shallow because what I want to do is start it with some swirls. So you don't really have to apply a lot of pressure, and you see it's still quite dark, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I expect that. Turning it round, same again. So I'm not going to work on all sides first. I'm going to do one section and then the other. Okay. So then just nice and gently soften the edge. See, back and forth, back and forth. We're just removing, you see the difference between this one and this one. This is quite a solid line where this one is softened out a little bit. Same again. All right, nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Okay. So same again with the next one. Swirls to start with. You see it's pulling that line of pencil out. Same with this one. Turn it round along this one and this one. There we go. And then as before, here we go. Soften it out. Same on that side. And then this one. And then this one. Okay. Oh, rose, absolutely, yeah. I think we'd need more stripes on it, wouldn't we? I remember those biscuits. Honestly, they weren't my most favourite. They were a little bit sweet for me. I was more a jammy dodger. I do love jammy dodgers. Not that I can have them now, but I did. Okay, never mind. It always gets to food, doesn't it? Can you remember when it was back in lockdown and we talked about food quite a lot, didn't we? And remember the toilet rolls and the supermarkets that everybody was taking more than they needed and stashing them away and queuing outside. Yeah, you know, small things, little treats. Okay, let's have a little look at this. All right, so we've got this to start with. I think I'm going to add just a touch more to it. I'm going to bring in coloured pencils here. It doesn't matter if you haven't got mine, you can use whatever you've got. It's okay. I'm going to bring in a black colouring pencil. What I want to do is on the inner section there, I want to add a little bit more. You see the difference already of that. Now, because I've already shaded it, I don't need to reshade it. It's about adding that line in. Look at the difference that makes. Oh, really? Bourbon, yeah, bourbon creams. Custard creams, not so much. But yeah, don't you find though when you used to go to all these events, the bourbon creams would go before anything else? Yeah. There we go. And I know you can get gluten-free jammy dodgers, but they're not the same. They're not the same. Right, there's my black. Being that my tile is yellow, let's have a look what I've got here. I'm going to come in with a little bit of light orange. Not yellow so much because I'm going to mix it in with that chalk at the bottom edge there. See, just little swirls. Let's go in a little bit. Oh, cakes now, cakes. Jaffa cakes. Are they cakes or are they biscuits? It doesn't really matter what they are, but they were very nice. And I know Marks and Spencer's do some fantastic flavours. Oh. Okay, see, I've gone round swirls. I've not really blended anything there. I've added that off. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to come in with a slightly darker orange, my mid-orange. And bring a little bit around that top edge. Okay. I say I'm only using this colour because my tile's this colour. You could use anything you like. You could even mix it and use different ones if you wanted to. Well, I'm not going to completely go crazy with it. Or maybe I will. Maybe I will. All right, what have I got here? Oh, I've got nightlight. Nightlight. Let's put a little bit of that around the top. So these pencils are on their way. Hopefully they have landed in port today. Okay, look at that, the difference that makes. Yeah, these pencils are built for darker colour papers, so it's kind of nice. All right, I think I'm going to just add a touch of colour to a couple of the loops. You see these loops here, they appear to, they feel like they need a bit. So here we go. Let's put a bit in there. That's why I rubbed out the pencil lines earlier. And I know there's some graphite there, but that's fine. And I'm going to bring let's have a look, a bit of a paler yellow at the top there. I've got my summer yellow here. Put a bit of those in. See? And then a little bit of that colour in. I know these are a little bit different as well. They're triangular, so sharpening them can be a little bit trickier. So just be careful with them, you know. You move the sharpener, not the pencil. The first time it's a little bit tricky because you're trying to, you know, put a triangle into a round hole, so to speak. So just sort of bear that in mind. But they're sharpen fine. Just don't sort of force it. Just take your time with it. I've recently gone to using the Faber-Castell, you know, the sharpening knife. And that means you just shave off the slightest amount and you're not wasting any of your pencil. Okay, I'm going to fill those little loops in the corners there. Okay. All right. Okay. So with that all done, I would say, looks good, doesn't it? We've got quite a bit of 3D going on there. You could always bring up a little bit more white in there if you needed to. But, you know, and add a little bit more colour. I think I'm going to leave the colour at that. I quite like how it looks in that sense. So last thing to do is initials. So here we go, my initials. There you go. And there's our tile for the day. So, okay. I hope you've enjoyed that. If I can remember to ask John to bring home something from the Locket Lane or Halloween Hollow, then I'm going to do a live over the weekend showing you how to do that. Don't know what time or day, but it'll definitely be over this weekend, and I'll put it on, but then of course it's there for you to sort of watch whenever. So that'd be kind of nice, just so you can see. I know you all know how to draw them, but sometimes it's nice to have that bit of a visual. So if you're around and you want to come and watch what I'm doing, I think I'm definitely going to go for Halloween Hollow. I've not really done much on that. So it's just about the structure of drawing houses. So if you're around the weekend, yeah, fine. If not, enjoy this one. Have fun with it. And maybe I'll catch you on Monday. Send some pictures in, as always. If I don't see you then, I will see you next Tuesday for our next tile. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy it. Even if it's a little bit more overcast, enjoy it anyway. And take care. Let's just move that out a little bit. There you go. So there's our tile. All right. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.